Alright guys, I'm here. I just need to get started. Give me a second. Got to get things pulled up. Let's see. I'll try to follow on Facebook as well as YouTube. Alright, let me get my iPad pulled up. Till then, I'm going to get just getting things situated. Hey Tammy, how are you? And just getting things set up so I can see the comments and see what's going on Facebook and YouTube. So just gonna wait and see if anybody else shows up and give it a few minutes and then I'll get started. Just a few things, news. Shoot, I didn't print that thing. This celebration for Stampin' Up! Ends February 28th. That means it'll be February 28th to be the last day to order and to get items in here. You get the Paper Blooms paper, the Darling Donkeys, the Approaching Perfection, the So Ombre. All these items are still, I'm doing pretty good. Just enjoying all this snow. This is $100. These all up to this wide. If you spend $50, you would get to choose one of these free. If you hit the $100 mark, you get the choice of this Touch of Ink stamp set or the Berry Blessings stamp set with the paper, because you would get the paper and the stamp set. And this goes along with the strawberry set that is in this catalog, if I can find it. I'll find it here in a second. There it is. It goes along with this, the sweet strawberry that's in this set here. So it all corresponds together. I do have that one. I don't want people to be misjudging this, thinking it's just a stamp set like the others. Why is it $100 price mark that you have to meet? And I will show you just a second once I find it. Where'd it go? There it is. The images aren't really this size. The images are 60% bigger than what they're showing here. So you're actually getting two different stamp sets, and they're quite a bit bigger than what they show on here. See how small that one is, and then that's the actual size. And you're getting two stamp sets. One is the shadow or the solid print, and then the other one is the outline. So I may try to make a few cards out of that and show a few samples. So I'm planning on putting in an order on the 26th. Now I went outside earlier this morning, took a bunch of pictures, and try to make it get to the mailbox in case the mail comes, and I fell on my butt. But I got back up, kept on going. We had so much snow. We had so much snow, so when I fell, it didn't really hurt that bad. So yeah, you can find them thrifts. I had just sold quite a few not long ago, and then what I have left I'm keeping for a while. I'm not quite ready to let go. So just waiting to see if anybody else comes in, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We also will be having a annual catalog coming out in May or June. Usually comes out like May, I believe. So move this mouse. Yeah. It taught me not to wear the boots that I was wearing. I was wearing my cowgirl boots, which doesn't have any grip on them. So I came back to the house and put on my rain or snow boots that have more of a grip on them. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I try to cut most of the cardstock. I may still have to cut more stuff. I was just trying to get the majority of it cut yesterday. Alright, and the first card, I need that and that. Should have, yeah. The first card we're going to make is this one right here. And I'll show you the others in just a minute. So this might get a little messy. I did a boo-boo and scored it right here instead of where it was supposed to be scored. But hopefully people won't pay much attention to that. And this is from the Art Gallery paper, Designer Series paper. I put all the links to the this items in the description. Well, I put a link to the suite in the description. Also put a link to my shop in the description, so y'all can go there and shop if y'all decide y'all like this. So what I need to do now, I need to do two things. On here, I know y'all can't see it on here. It looks like they embossed it with the painted texture. This is what the painted textures looks like. And I'm going to show a little trick to do this. And let's see if I can find the right thing to do this with. Let's see. This is a Versamark. And what else I'm going to need is, sorry guys, I thought I had all my stuff together, but I guess not. Sorry, there it is. Not white. Clear embossing powder. I do have my die cut machine over here. Y'all hear it a little bit. I just can't fit everything on my desk. So first thing I'm going to do with this cardstock here, this is tile, oh, what is the name of this paper, color paper? terracotta tile. Ugh. I am going to get, I have a little piece of scrap paper over here. And I am going to take my Versamark. And I am going to press this Versamark all over this piece of cardstock. All over it. Cover it fully. One is going to color a little bit darker. I'm sure y'all can see the difference in that shade. This one seems to might be a little dry. I might have to put a little bit of vegetable glycerin on my pad. Alright. Let's set this over here because I'm going to need it again in a second. Then I'm going to take my embossing powder. Thought I had a little Scooby-Doo thingamajigger over here. I guess not. I'm going to use this a little bit. I'm going to get my embossing powder. And I'm going to cover this entire sheet with embossing powder. Hopefully keep my hands out of the way. Alright. This is not exactly what they did on the picture. This is going off on my own. Adding a little pizzazz to it. I'm going to put the lid on this so I don't spill it everywhere. Hey Shannon. It's going to give you an idea what you can do with your little embossing folders. So now I'm going to take my heat tool. My little Stampin' Up! Heat tools have two different heat settings. It's got a low and a high. The low is for drying, the high is for embossing. So I'm going to heat this up until it starts turning. There it goes. If you have any questions, put them in caps and give me just a second. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Back over a little more. Alright, if y'all got any questions, put them all in caps. I'm going to let this dry off a second, or cool off a second. Ooh, embossing powder makes a mess. This sheet might get torn off as well. I know, but you're fixing to see something and then you're going to be like, really? And you're going to love it. That doesn't feel like it got embossed very well. Let me try this. Maybe I burned it. Yeah, it didn't get done very well. Right. Try it again. Let it cool off. It's quite warm. I don't want it to get like different, get the embossing stuff all over my folder. Cool it off a little. Alright. So I am going to stick it in here. Hopefully get my sandwich right. You're going to have to play with your sandwiches on these Stampin' Up! Embossing pads. It depends on your machine. So I don't think that did anything. Let's get a shim and put in this. I don't think that did anything. Nope. Nope. Like I said, you're going to have to play with your shims. I'm going to have to get another shim out for mine. I'll take one of these plates off. But I did order the Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss, so it should make this a little bit easier. I won't have to guess so much. Alright. That went through that time. So when I pull this off, I don't know if y'all can see all that texture from underneath of the original cardstock. You see the color from the original in those little gaps. So it really makes it stand out. Alright, so that's part of that card. Nope, that is not part of that card. That goes to this. So I am going to go ahead and adhere this to this card. I'm just going to use a Stampin' Seal because I got to get it emptied. Ah! I ate that paper. So I'm trying to line it up. I'm going to put that on there. Ah, my paper got torn a little bit. Oh well, adds to the texture. It might wind up getting covered up anyway. And then next, where'd that little piece of paper go again? We're going to do kind of the same thing. Well, we're going to do some foil, they call it foil gilding, or some gold flakes on this. Did not get the right stamp or tools for it. We're going to make it work though. Alright, I think it's covered. Then I am going to pull out my heat and stick embossing powder. What heat and stick embossing powder does is once you heat it, it's going to remain sticky, so that after that I can add these little gold flakes to it. That's the gold flakes. So that's what we're about to do next. I really need a bigger container for this. I'll just use this the best I can. I had a little scoop tool and I don't know where it went to. Yep, get them embossing folders out. Even, I mean, if they're not stamping up, that's alright. Don't matter. You can still do the same thing. This is really testing my patience today. I'm going to use this little tool here. I was trying to race to get on here because I was supposed to paint my nails and I never did get to that. So I'm like, I did at least get the nail polish off of them because it was looking pretty hideous. I need to get a bigger container for this. That way I can just lay it in there. Just word to the wise, if you're going to use gilding flakes, make sure you don't have any fans on because it will make it go fly everywhere. So I'm going to stick that there. I'm going to heat this up again. It don't matter, Tammy. You just get you some embossing folders. Whatever you got, it'll work. The boys are coming in, so it might get a little noisy. I'm just letting it heat up for about 30 seconds. You aren't going to see it transforming, but I can see it. Maybe I'm not that. I'm on the line. Don't close that. Alright. I think it's pretty much done. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab something real quick. Just 1 second. Well, clean that up later. Sorry, I just had to get some brushes. Knock some of this off when I need to. Should have done that earlier. Where's that scoop? There's the scoop I was looking for. I'm going to use these brushes a little bit. So I'm going to take these flakes and I'm going to lay them on here. There's like 3 or 4 layers here. And I'm just going to stick them on here. They're sticking. Just cover it up the best you can. If you had your fan on, these would blow everywhere. I'm not going to get right to the edge on this. For one, it's not going to show on the inside. Y'all don't have to be quiet. Sorry, talk to the boys. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. Some of this didn't get right to the edge, but it's okay. Either that or I should have double dipped it. And you don't have to use peeling or heat and stick embossing powder. You can use glue like the green in the green bottle, the Tombow, and then let it set up a little bit, and then it'll do the same thing. Or you can do double-sided tape. So I pretty much got most of this covered. There's going to be some that's not going to get covered. And I'm just going to take my brush and brush it off. I think next time if I make another card like this, I'm going to try to get it with the double-sided tape, and I would have a full coverage. But this is pretty. Or I can take some glue and fill in those. Ugh, I didn't do so well right there. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue. Maybe not that one. So it's not wanting to come out. I'm going to let this set up for a second and add some more gold leafing to it. So there's quite a few bare spots. Let it set up for a second. Get some of this out of the way. Leave it there until I get done. It's kind of a mess. Just close my door vacuum. Alright, let's pull this back and try it again. Yeah, it's sticking a lot better. Alright, stick that back in. Ooh. Now I'm going to go and get some of this. Oh, it's still not wanting to stick too well. Oh well, we're going to go for it. Just going to get the rest of this off. If you want it perfect, then you may have to use some the tear and tape. Might do a little bit better. Because this down here is kind of a hot mess. Trying to mash it down in there. Maybe this should have been the last card I did. Let's make it a mess. Alright. Put that little piece in there. That made a mess. I'm going to have to sweep later. Alright. So we have most of all of this done. And there's this. Where's my... Sorry, I was just looking for my picture. So, my adhesive. Put some adhesive on the back of this. And try to center it the best I can. And then take this little piece here. That is crooked. Be alright. And put that on here. The extra white on the edges kind of gives it that aged look, but it is crooked. I wonder if I could fix that real quick. Sorry if my head's in the way. Just trying to get it on straight. Alright, that's better. So now, put that down. A little bit of cardstock here. Basically, this is scraps for me to stamp. And what color? Might be a Rococo Rose and a blushing. No, yeah, Blushing Bride. I have a garden green, or do I just what What I really need is the Mossy Meadows, but I don't have that stamp pad yet, so we're going to make do with what we got. So this is going to be stamped with this flower. I'm going to put that on this block. And then I'm going to stick the leaf on this block. And then I'm thinking no, we're going to do happy birthday. I think I'm going to give this card to one of my friends for her birthday. So it should fit on this one. Alright. Get all of our stamping done. I'm going to ink this up, the leaf up in garden green. Go ahead and stamp that right about here. There's that. And then, oops, I forgot one stamp. Just to have the layer that goes with it. So this is going to be done in the Blushing Bride first. I'll stamp that. Give it a second to marry. I hope that comes out in a different color. I don't know about that. I don't know what the deal is with that color. That should not be that color. Scraps. Let me try that again. See if it comes out better over here. Ooh, I don't like that color. We're changing. Sorry, guys. Detour. Clean this off. Alright. Oh, one more scrap over here I can use. This is Petal Pink. I don't know what is up with that Blushing Bride. It is softening up as we go along, but that is not the color I was wanting. It might make a good over stamp to this one. And then this one we will do in the Blushing Bride. See how that comes out. Is that the right way? Yep. And then that goes over on top of that. I don't know about these colors. We'll see. Maybe they just need a second to sit. Maybe I grabbed the wrong ink pad. Alright. It's not too bad. It's not really the color I was wanting, but I wonder why the colors are off so much. And then one more stamp. And it's the happy birthday stamp. We'll do that in Blushing Bride. You know what? I'm going to cut the banner out first. Alright. What do y'all think? Should I use this one or this one? And then stamp over it. And this one. I'm not really liking this one. Okay. Hi, Brian. Sorry if I missed you. Just trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing here. Like I said in the description, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, so it is what it is. Trying to kind of line it up. It don't have to be perfect. Ooh, I like that. I'm using this one. That's pretty. That one might get used later. We'll see. All right. So now, give me 1 second. Got to finagle stuff. I don't have a lot of room in here, so I'm trying to just to get by with what I got. Okay, so now I have the little grandbaby cut and emboss. I have the big Mimi coming. It's a lot bigger than this. And I am going to go ahead and cut these out using the dies. That's not going to fit. Here's my scissors. Let's see. That'll fit. I'm going to take my little dies that I have here. This one goes on here. And this one goes here. And then the top plate. I got these plates mixed up. This is, no, that's the cut one. Thought I had them backwards. I guess not. That goes there. You can always use washi tape to hold them in if you want to. They're supposed to have the, excuse me, something irritating my throat a little bit. They're supposed to have the magnetic plates coming out. I've been trying to order it and it keeps kicking it back at me, so I guess they don't have them in yet. So there's this one. It's not perfectly cut, but that's okay. And then this one. You pick that die up before it gets lost. All right. And now I still need to cut this little postage looking die. See if I can make it fit so I don't have to recut that. Top. It's not very centered. Sorry guys, I gotta try to get that centered the best I can. This is true scrapping. It's not always perfect. Just do your best and have fun. That is the main objective, is to have fun. People like to pick out your imperfections. You don't need them. I'm just going to set this on the floor for a second while we put this card, finish putting this card together. Yep. You'll be all right. All right, let me see. Yes, stamping up. You always stamp after you cut, Shannon? Huh. Hi, Marilyn. Yep. Stamping up, usually, most of the time, we'll have dies that match your stamps, but not all the time. There might be some stamp sets that don't have a matching. Alright, then they use just a little bit of this gold thread. On here. There it is. Just say, where'd it go? Alright, I'm going to put a little stamping seal on here. Get that to stay. Should have done it the other way. Oh well. We're going to be different. Stomach is growling. I don't know why, because I already ate. Put this back here. Oops, I did a big boo-boo. This doesn't go first. The flower does. I'm just going to use some glue for this flower. This goes first. And then the flower. Yay. All right. Shane, I'm wondering if our paper pumpkin will come in today. So you have your little card that has happy birthday. I'll probably put something on the inside for my friend. And then voila, that's a pretty card. Well, I know that was a lot of work for one card, but in the long run, they appreciate the hard work you put into a card. So we'll bring that back out once we get done. Huh. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at these. Oh no, for me the colors don't seem right. Alright, what's next? Let's look in the catalog, see what card should be next. We made that one. cut out the stuff for this one. It should be a pretty easy one. Show it to you. This one right here. So, oh, I got most. Which one is it? I didn't get the green cardstock out. Let's see. We can do. It looks like greeny apple green. And then I'm going to cut this at, I'm going to cut this in at 5.5, make it an open card, a right side open card. Just extra. And then score it at 4.25. Alright, and then I need a piece of white cardstock that I pretty much have already cut. I'm going to cut about an inch off of it. And that's going to be for that part. I'm going to need this for stamping. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put majority of this, and then we'll do some stamping cut. So this cardstock is the 5.5 by 4.25. You have this white that is 5.5 by 3.25. Then I have this little piece that is 2 inches by 3.5. Center out. These may not be perfect to what the picture shows or what the actual measurements are, but it's close. Alright, now we're going to set this aside and get out the stamps. We're going to do this. May actually need 2. We'll see. Alright. Take this off. I am going to probably use. Is it going to fit on there? Yeah. Bumblebee. And I might actually use some Floaty Flamingo. Mixing it with that yellow, it might give it the right color because I don't have the terracotta tile. And then I need a green. It's supposed to be Pear Pizzazz. We'll see if it works. It's kind of an old one. my next order, I'm going to be ordering a bunch of ink pads. Try to get up to what is in the catalog, and then watch them retire quite a few. I'm actually going to have to replace a few of mine because they are felt back and they don't go on the paper quite as good. I'm actually going to miss this, maybe give it a little bit more color. I'll mix it with a little bit of water. Alright, we're going to do that again. I'm going to clean it off from the water. Any questions? Okay, with embossing folders, how do you make the embossing part come to life with color? You can do two things. I will actually show you here in a little bit because I planned on doing it. You can ink the embossing powder, an embossing folder with the ink, or you can do what I did where I put the embossing powder over it and then ran it through, and it gave it that little bit of different color. But I have another one I'm going to do, and I want to show you here in a little bit when I get to that card about how to get two different colors. Alright. I didn't ink that one. Maybe it'll come out right. Alright. So, I know this is a little bit of a process, but in the long run, it's a lot easier. So, I am going to ink up the flower parts with Bumblebee. I guess I'm going to do all of it because I just inked it all onto this piece. Bring it up. I don't know if it's maybe this paper that is giving this a different color. Alright. So I get that stamp done. I have a stamp chamois somewhere, but sometimes it's easier just to get a rag after. Sorry, guys. Try to get from playing outside in snow. This one goes back. So where did my little stamp go? So here's the little layered one. Close this up. I'm going to use this Flirty Flamingo, so I'm hoping layering it on that yellow will make it an orange color like I want. This doesn't have to be no rhyme or reason. Just going to stamp it on there. Maybe I should have done a red. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'm going to try a red, see what that looks like. Poppy Parade. So it's not really giving the color I want. Ooh. How about that? I think I like that better. So I'm going to try to go over this without having to re-stamp it again. Not bad. The red ink will stain your stamps a little bit. Tommy told me to put baby wipes, but they do not work. I use baby wipes, or I have a stamping chamois, wherever it went to. There it is. This is a stamping chamois. I mean, if it's wet, it may have already dried out. Right here. Actually, it's pretty wet. And take your stamp. You don't really want to put stamp cleaner all over your stamps because that puts a film on them. So it would be better if you just cleaned it with a little bit of water or something like this and then put it back. It'll be fine. But every time you put stamp cleaner back on your stamps, it's going to put a film on it. So there's that. The other is going to have to wait a second. It's kind of hot mess over here with these stamps. We try to put some of them back where they belong. That one back. Give me a second, guys. I just want to put these stamps back so I don't lose them. There's the leaf. Alright. Some of these out of the way. So we're going to bring my little stamp cut and emboss thing back. And get the little die that matches it. And of course, I have my paper pad too long to cut it down. Same with this one. Cut it down so it'll fit. I'm probably trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing, why I stamped this out separately. Alright, there's my die. There's the top to it. I really wish they get the magnetic pads that go with this. This one quit shifting. I get a little bit of washi tape. I usually don't use it, but I'm going to have to today. Alright. Sorry guys. This is taking longer than I thought it would. But if y'all want to hang with me, I plan on making as many cards as I cut. If you decide you don't want to stay, that's a-okay. Alright. I got a little bit of washi tape. It's just some white washi tape. Actually, tear it in half. All right. Put it back in there and run it through. That's the first one. If y'all do get this little small cut and emboss, when you go to run your plates through, kind of offset your plates a little bit and it will help guide it through. I love this little thing. I've been looking for a small die cut machine for a while, and I was considering the Tim Holtz little sidekick, but their little, the little area here is actually, I think, only 2 inches wide, and I kind of wanted something a little bit bigger. And then they came out with this, and I decided to go ahead and sign up for Stampin' Up! And got this at a discount, putting in the order. So if y'all are interested in becoming a demonstrator, you can do it as a hobby. You don't have to sell. This is pretty much my hobby, and I just get a discount at doing it. So that's a win-win for me. And if you have any questions, I'll be willing to answer them for you. Okay, this go through. No worries, I'm just lurking while I work. This is a great job distraction for me. Yeah, it is small. The big mama one, or the big cut and emboss, is quite a bit bigger than this. Of course, because it has to fit the embossing powder or embossing folders and such. I'm gonna have to put in an order for some mats for backups. Alright, well, that's part's done. I'm going to go ahead and cut one more thing before I put this up. Right here. Tasteful labels. This is our tasteful labels. It does go with the stamp set, however, I just didn't get it. Let's put it that way. It is a cute stamp set. It's just not a stamp set I was interested in. Alright. Cut this in half. I don't need all of this. I'm going to run this through. I can see it. I'm going to run this label through. I like these labels because I can use them pretty much on everything. Alright. So I went ahead and got that cut. There's the garbage. Put my die back in my envelope so I don't lose it. Put this away so we'll have room to work. Alright. First off, let's do these. What I'm going to do, Had some smaller scissors. Take some little scissors. And I am going to cut these apart. So I'm going to cut this one here, this here, I'm going to cut these apart right here, that apart there, and this one. So now I can take my glue, use this to remember which flowers go where. I'm going to take my glue and add these flowers to this green one. Then it'll be like that. This one goes here. And then the little one goes over here. All right, that's the first one. We're going to do it one more time for the other one. All right. I'm actually just going to leave these two together because you're not going to be able to tell. So glue those together. That's going to give a little bit of depth to your card too. I'll put, whoops, got a little bit here. There we go. So I got those two. That needs to be stamped on, and I want to use this one right here. Maybe it'll fit. Let's see. Oh yeah, it'll fit. This is from Happy Thoughts. This thing is just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. Knock, knock. Fit this. Yep. And I am going to stamp this in Versamark. Kind of center it the best I can. Hi, CB. I hope you're doing good. Just letting it marry for a second. Then I'm going to lift it up. It's not perfect, but it'll work. This is white embossing powder. I'm just going to scoop it on there. Tap it off. Oof. Should have used a little powder on this. Word to the wise, if you have a little powder tool, use it. It'd be alright if it has a few little extra sprinkles. That's how I roll anyway. Alright, let's heat this up, melt it. A little bit of warm up time. Yes. Alright. Alright, there's the little saying. So we're going to put this on here. I'm actually going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I get a little crazy with them sometimes. I love these things. I just like to make sure that it has plenty of stability. You don't have to add this many. It's totally up to you. Alright. There's that. It does have a little jute ribbon on here. Let me grab just a little bit real quick. That's fine. Some of this old, I don't know if it really matches it that well, but actually, let's see. I'll put a little gold on it. Forget it. Just tie the best bow I can. I'm not the best at tying bows. This string is a little slippery. Alright. I'm like, what, 2 hours in? We only have 2 cards made? On 1 hour in. That's alright. These glue dots I will use. Some glue dots that come in the paper pumpkin kit, I will not use those. Ones that come in the paper pumpkin kit drive me bonkers. So I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to add these on here. Hoping my paper pumpkin kit comes in either today or tomorrow. It's this weather. I'm not expecting miracles. Put this little one here on this leaf. Might need one more. Not liking these cards so far. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I was going to do it last week, but I got sick. So these are going to go this way. I did have it straight up and down, but that would get in the way of the sentiment. So I'm going to get some more. We are quiet a little bit. Feel free to ask any questions or whatever. I will do my best to pay attention, or Shannon can buzz me over here. By the way, Shannon, have you got your paper pumpkin kit yet? Let's see, that comes down from this way. You know what? I want to turn it this way just a little bit. Voila. It's not the exact same as the one in the catalog, but it's close. Actually, I need to check my Facebook. I don't think anyone's on the Facebook one. Not exactly like the one in the catalog, but it's pretty close. I may have to make this one at a later date. It has to be fussy cutted. That would take me too long. Alright, now I'm not sure if we get all these ones marked done today. I may have to come back maybe tomorrow or something and do these others. I'm going to do these little square ones right here because I wanted to show something to Tammy. And then these other three I may come back and do tomorrow. So my throat's getting a little scratchy. And I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. So we'll have a part 2 tomorrow. Because I don't have to work because there's no school. So. Alright. Tammy was asking earlier about how to add different color to your stamp pads. Or your what do you call it? Embossing folders. I don't know if I want to do this one or the wood one. I think I may do the wood one. I may do some white. Hopefully my, sorry guys. Hopefully my white craft ink will work. I hook up my machine again. I gotta find up another setup around here. I I just do not have enough room in here to do all this. Okay. So, here's my white craft ink. You do, when you order this, you usually get the stamp pad and a re-inker. Still got some on there. And you'll get a re-inker. And you know what? I'm going to try a different one. And what you do, I think I want this, is you can take an ink color, like I'm doing this white, stamp all over your embossing folder. Shannon did this kind of on her YouTube this morning, that came out this morning. You just add some ink to your embossing folder. I'm not sure if y'all can see this because it's white. This is craft ink. This here is craft ink. You can use dye-based inks as well. And so this is already a card. So what I'm doing is taking it, putting the front, and folding this right over. And then I'm going to get my machine. Where's my cutting pad? I really can't see it too much on this. I may have to do it again with this other one. Now you can't really see it on this. I'm going to try it again on this other one. So you can get colored ink down in here. What I'm going to do is try a tone on tone. Try the Coastal Cabana. This way maybe you can see it a little bit better. It did go in there. It's just not showing that well. Take a second to try. Alright. Now you can see this. I'm going to clean up this edge just a little bit because I don't want it to get on the other side. I don't think my card will go down that far. I'm going to take this. Yes, you can use the white ink this way. Okay, let's see. This is the way it needs to go. I'm going to try to do it right in the center. I kind of want those knots in it a little bit more. I'm going to do it on this side. I'm going to close this up. Stick it back in my machine. and it brings out the color. But this is Coastal Cabana on Pool Party paper. I have to make sure I get this good and clean so I don't show up on my next project. May have to go and soak it in a little bit of water. It's the only thing about crafting. Sometimes you got to get a little messy. Y'all saw my desk, you'd understand. It is a hot mess. Y'all want me to finish the other 3 cards? Finish this one and the other 3, or finish this one and come back tomorrow? Because if we come back tomorrow, I can go ahead tonight and try to prepare a little bit more for the other cards. But if y'all having fun, I'll keep going. You go back up there. There's this one. Yes. I need to get either, I think I'm going to get a new pad for my white. And hopefully get it going again. But I'm going to take my white ink and I'm going to kind of go over this. See if I can give it that kind of a whitewash look. This is kind of dried out as well. I know you can't see it. I don't know if y'all can see that where I went over it with the white. Gives it kind of a whitewash. Ooh, y'all know what? I don't know if any of y'all have this. They came out with a white wash paper quite a line ago. See if I can grab it real quick. Stampin' Up needs to get some of this paper. Find it. Give me 1 second. I have this paper and I've been hoarding it. But it may be a time with your embossing folders to get it out. This. They used to have this. It's by Coordinations. And it has white on every side. You can use that in your embossing folders. And it will bring out the other side. Put it back on the embossing folder before the paper and running it through the machine. Yeah. I was hoping it would do what I wanted it to do, but my ink is kind of dried out. It is what it is. I really don't want this dark. I may go over it with a little bit of white. Yeah, not doing it much good. A little bit. I toned it down a little bit. It's not so stark. Let's see if y'all can see it now. That's really pretty. I like that. Oh, you was answering Marilyn. Sorry. Alright. So this is going to be 2 cards. It's going to have a little bit of a lip on it. So I need to get this. Here is this kind of looks what do you call it? Oh, good grief, I can't even remember what call this. This is acetate, but the design looks kind of crap. I can't think. Moroccan. That's what I was trying to say. I'm going to cut these into 4x4 inch squares for now. Then I'm going to run them through the die cut machine with a circle die. They have this little protective sheet that has to come off. Alright. With my circles. With my circles. Layering circles. This is the largest. I think I might have cut my squares too big. Ugh. Whew. Let's see. Yep. Should have only been 3 inches probably. No biggie. Put that one through. Ooh. Yes, it will make that sound when you cut sometimes, but it's okay. There's one. Let me measure this. Alright, I'm going to run it back through the other way. Happy yo-yos. Hi, Joycey. Glad to see you. Just making some pretty cards here. Building up my card stash. We've done a happy birthday stamp, and we've done a thinking of you stamp. Now we're doing some mini 4x4 happy birthday card and a thinking of you card. I'm sorry. Evidently, I didn't get enough sleep. It's okay. Alright. So, making these right here. So we get to do what we just did a second ago. And stamping and cutting. So I'm going to take this, cut it down to 5.5. That's a save for later. And a 4. You know what? It needs to be a little bit smaller. I'll cut it a little bit smaller so we'll know that it fits. Stamps. We're going to use Stampin' Block to find it. There it is. I'll put that up in a minute. I'm going to use Garden Green. See, that's what I don't like about these felt ink pads. The newer ones are foam, and they do a little bit better about getting ink on the items, and it's not getting enough ink on here. I do have a re-inker for this, but I've done re-inked it like 5 times. I'm just trying to do the best I can on the leaves and stuff. That come out a little bit better. All right. And now, show you a little trick. I am going to go ahead and ink this up full scale. I'm going to stamp off one and then stamp on the white one. We're going to do it again. This is called second generation stamping. Stamp off, stamp on. All right. And we're going to clean this off. Put this back. Get the little doodad over here again on the little block. Then we're going to go full on with the second one. Full on. Full on. All right. We're going to do what we did on the last one. I don't know why I did 2 of these. I needed a yellow one. Oh well, we're doing pink. I'm not going back. We're both going to be pink. Alright. You can see where this, the main one is second generation. It gave it a lighter tone. And then I went back with the same exact color for the darker tone. Shannon, you're awesome. All right. I'm going to do some more die cutting. As soon as I find, there they are. All right. Y'all want to keep making cards after this, or y'all want me to take a break and come back tomorrow? No. This goes on bottom. This goes on top. Let's see. Perfect. I have away tons of acrylic stamps as we were closing out the garage at the beginning of the pandemic. If my husband were listening, he'd say, I told you not to get rid of that the stamp set. There's a couple of mine that I won't let go. One of them is the Up, Up, and Away stamp set that was a Stampin' Up. I won't let go of it. There's a succulent set that was like 2 or 3 years ago. I won't let go of that one. Then there's a couple others that I won't let go of them. Something about them, I love them and I want to keep them. Oh, this is not wanting to go through with the boogers. Come on. Go through. I should not have this issue with you. There we go. Alright. Get that one done. Sometimes it's hard to get these right on the line. Should have done what Shannon said. Cut, then stamp. See, Shannon, you're going to have to come over here, or let me come over there and string. Zap my hand and say, cut first. Maybe tomorrow, if y'all want me to come back tomorrow, I can go ahead and pre-cut a bunch of the stuff, like all the dies and stuff. Maybe it'll go a little bit faster, unless y'all just enjoy this. It's totally up to you. I don't want to wear out my welcome or be taking over someone's string. Ooh, that didn't come out perfect, and I didn't use no tape. I hadn't stamped in almost a decade. So, I went through a phase where I didn't do any crafting. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I just lost the mojo. And I don't want to go all up into details about it, but I lost my mojo and I didn't craft as far as like paper crafting for years. But I did learn how to crochet, and that had been my outlet for a little while. And then I got back into watching videos and stuff of watching people crafting and stuff, and decided to get back into it. Sorry. I have a lot of little hobbies. I have crochet, knit, paper craft, coloring. I just got some molds and stuff to do some clay art. I mean, now I just have my hand in so many baskets. I don't know what to do from one day to the next. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed. It's like I'm working on a blanket for Everly, working on a sweater for Bo. So, also working on a little baby book for Bo. That needs to go there. This one, they used a little border punch, which, well, it's not a border punch, it's a border die that I don't have. But what I do have, let me go ahead and get it. Give me 1 second. I should have been more prepared. I meant to get this and I forgot. Sorry, that was just my punching drawer. This is an old Stampin' Up! Border punch. I usually don't like us to use these in our streams, but we are today. So I want to use this. Ooh, I don't have to stand up to use this thing. It's old. There's that one. What? I'm gonna cut off a 2-inch or 1-inch piece of this. Maybe 1 1/4. It'll give me a little extra room. I'm gonna punch this. I have to cut off a little bit more. Well, I love these little border punches. This one's older than my youngest son. That's how long it's been since I bought it. I don't think he was born yet. I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. Trying to see what else they have with this, and I don't see nothing else. Just some little twine string. What they use to stitch borders. Oh well, or the stitch rings. That's okay. We make it work. Okay, first things first. Cut these apart. Cut this here, and here, there. I know this probably seems like it might be a pain in the tuchus, but to me it would be easy than trying to only get ink in certain places. There's those. Are y'all liking this so far? Okay, this is garbage. Making a big mess. All right. Blue. Can always put these on dimensionals. I just want them right on it. There's that one. And there's this one. Here, take this off real quick. I missed a little cut right over here. All right. So that goes to this. This. All right. So usually you'd have to try to find a way to put this on without showing the glue dots and stuff. But this, I'm going to wind up covering some of it, so it's not going to show anyway. So what I'm going to do actually first, where's my dimensionals? I'm going to put some dimensionals on these. Let's see. That on the leaf. Is everybody okay? Or quiet? Just having a little bit of fun. All right. So I'm going to put this on top of this circle here, kind of put it off to the side a little bit. Leave on this. And then on the back, I'm going to take it and try to put these little glue dots where they won't be seen. Let's see. That didn't come off very well. Let me get my little take your pick tool. These glue dots on here. Put one there. Put one there. And I put one more. That didn't come off. Right there. Some strong glue dots. Let's see. I think I need to put this, glue this before I put that down. Just right side up. Put this down. And stick this down. And get some more of this gold twine. Take another little glue dot. Right over here. And stick my little bow on. It has a little happy birthday greeting. I'll do that in a minute. Go ahead and do this one on this lighter one. Turn it this way. Put some glue on the border. Use this dampen. You all good, Shannon? Stick these on there. Scissors. Put this one here. I think Joe done fell asleep. They went and made a snowman around the mailbox. Hi, Ladybug. You come in here to take a nap. Put this one over to the side as well. And again with the glue dots. I don't know what it is about glue dots. I'm just not the biggest fan of them. This is about to get on my nerves. One more. Over here. So it'll hold this down. I'll put this right here. And again, I'm gonna make a little bow. Alright, one more glue dot. Should be done with those. Little glue dot right here. It'll stick. Stay there. I think I just heard a snowplow go by. Maybe. Or a car. I doubt if it was snowplow. Alright. One more thing in die cutting and then I'm going to be done with that. And I'm going to cut first, stamp second. run this through real quick. Get back on there. Run it through, run it through, run it through. There's one. And there is the second one. That back before I lose it. Get rid of some of this garbage out of my way. Alright. Let's see. We have, I think I'm going to do two of them. I'm going to do You Are Lovely on one of them. And then maybe I'm Thinking of You. Which I think I already did that. Oh, thank you. I'm going to do a thank you. I always need a thank you card. So there's that one. I do it in the Flamingo, Flirty Flamingo. This one says You Are Lovely. And then the second one is Thank You. It's a little bit long for just a thank you, but it'll be alright. Alright. This one, I think I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to use a little glue. It should stick just fine. There's one that says You Are Lovely. Let's see it. And then oh, what happened to that? This one says Thank You. Let me put it. Yeah, it just needs to go right on top. And that one says Thank You. Alright. So I'm just going to show up the 4 cards that we've made so far. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and end it for today. Hold on just a second. I'm going to show the other cards. I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff ready to make the other cards for tomorrow. And then we'll come back on. And I won't be on for 3 hours to make a few cards. So these are the 3 cards we made today. 4 cards that we made today. Just little slight variants and colors on this one than this one. So, do y'all have a favorite? Sorry, it's all crooked. And I'll show you the cards that I'm going to prepare for tomorrow. Which ones is your favorite? Do you like this one with the green? top left. This one. It was pretty fun for this one. I like it because I don't know if y'all can see, like around the edges, some of it's white. The little imperfections are awesome. And then there's this one. I think this is one of my favorites. I think I like that one too. I like the color for this one. The little blue and orange. This one's a cute one too. Just forewarning, if y'all ever make like little 4x4 cards or whatever, make sure you stick them in like a 4 1/4 or 4.5 by 5 3/4 envelope, like a standard envelope, because they will charge you extra for it to be small, for being small. So if you stick it in a regular envelope, you can still use just a stamp. That's my plan on sending these. I'm still sending them in a regular size envelope. But I wanted to show y'all the other cards that we will be making. There's 4 or 5 more. There's this one. It's just a bunch of flowers that are layered. That would take me a while to cut and stuff. There's these two. That's the layers. Shannon's got this catalog, so she can probably see hers up close. And y'all can go look online. There's this one. I'm not making the box. And also these 2 cards. So what I need to do is go and stamp and stuff, all this stuff, and cut all this stuff out and get it ready for y'all tomorrow. That's what my plan is. Oh, thank you. Green, and you are lovely. Oh, thank you, Joyce. Your favorite color is green, isn't it, Joyce? I gotta put my leaf back on. That's my plan. So if y'all want to come back tomorrow, I'm going to say 1 o'clock again. And we will finish making the rest of these cards. And I'll get everything ready so it won't take up so much time. Unless y'all want to see something. I may can do a few more embossing folders. If y'all wish. If you don't, we won't. So, and I'm going to make plans to do the hydrangea stamp set and make some cards out of that after I figure out everything. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the strawberry within the next week before celebration ends. The hydrangea will be here till June. So, alrighty, ladies, I am going to wrap it up. I am going to continue working in this hot mess and get the other cards ready for tomorrow. And if y'all have any questions, shoot me an email or message. If you're interested in anything I showed today, my links are in the description. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be happy to do that for you. That is my little link that's going across down here. This banner. That is my link to my shop on my online website where you can order all these lovely stamps. Bye, Shannon. You have a good day. I'm going to get off here, get a drink, and get to working. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you for coming and supporting me. I'm trying to build up my followers. But y'all take care. I'm going to get off here. Go create something. You're welcome, Joyce. Have a good day.